Here is the bedtime story for tonight, A Pocket Full of Kisses, written by Audrey Penn. And this is the same author as The Kissing Hand, so you might recognize some of the characters in this story. Take a look at the cover, as good readers do. Can you tell someone near you 3 things that you notice? And remember to tick them off on your fingers, like we do in the classroom. I'm thinking out loud. I remember in the Kissing Hand story, there was Mama and Chester, and I see 3 raccoons so far. I wonder if we're going to meet a new character in this story. Let's read on. A Pocket Full of Kisses by Audrey Penn. A Pocket Full of Kisses by Audrey Penn. For my darlings, Matthew, Ryan, Daniela, and Rebecca. For my father and his grandchildren, Caitlin and Evan. What beautiful dedications. Chester Raccoon sat in the hollow of a tree stump and pouted. "Please, can we give him back?" he asked his mother. "I'll be really, really good if we can give him back." Mrs. Raccoon smiled tenderly. "You're really, really good, Chester. But I'm afraid no matter how good you are, we can't give him back. Besides, I thought you liked having a little brother." "I did like it at first," admitted Chester, "but now he plays with my toys and swings on my swings and reads my books. Then he pulls my tail and talks to my friends and follows me everywhere I go." Stop here for a minute and think, does anyone in your family make you feel this way? Mrs. Raccoon lifted Chester onto her lap and smoothed out his worried, furry forehead. "That's what little brothers do," she explained in a very motherly tone. "It's no different than sharing the woods or sharing the stream or sharing the food we find. Ronnie wants to be just like you." Tell me something that you're feeling when you look at this picture and you think of these characters. Mrs. Raccoon placed Chester on the ground and smiled at him with the soft, loving eyes he knew so well. "I think someone needs a kissing hand," she said in a voice that was warm and inviting. She took Chester's hand in her own and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt the warmth of that kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. And when he pressed his hand to his cheek, he could hear his mother's words in his head. "Mommy loves you," they said. "Mommy loves you." This picture reminds me of the other book. I think the author took an idea that they previously made by the illustrator in The Kissing Hand. Chester grinned so wide the tips of his silky black mask crinkled upward. Even his cheeks flushed to a primrose pink. He was the happiest raccoon in the forest. I can tell that he's happy because he has these rosy cheeks. And I see a smile. Then, in the blink of a moment, all the joy went out of the little raccoon. His pink cheeks paled, and a stream of tiny hot tears fell like spring rain down his sad little face. Even his silky black mask drooped as he watched his mother reach down, take Ronnie's hand in her own, open his tiny fingers into a fan, and kiss his brother right in the middle of his palm. Why do you think Chester is crying right now? Stop the video and talk to someone next to you. And if you would like to tell me your thoughts, you can put them in the comments. I would love to read them. "That was my kissing hand," Chester gasped in the saddest voice his mother had ever heard. "Why did you give Ronnie my kissing hand? Don't you love me anymore?" What do you think? Does he still love Mom anymore? Does Mom love Chester anymore? Or does she not love Chester anymore?
"Oh, Chester," cried Mrs. Raccoon.
Of course I love you.
"Then how come you gave the baby my kissing hand?" asked Chester. Mrs. Raccoon gathered Chester up in her arms and gave him a great big comforting hug.
I would never give Ronnie your kissing hand, she assured him gently. That was his kissing hand. Now you each have one of your very own.
Chester wiped away his tears and settled in his mother's lap. "If you give both of us kissing hands, won't you run out?" Mrs. Raccoon laughed.
Would you like to hear a story? She asked Chester.
"About kisses?"
About stars, said Mrs. Raccoon. Every night, just before the sun goes down, it reaches out with its rays and touches every star in the universe. One by one, the stars light up and shine down upon us. Even on nights we can't see the stars, they're up there, sparkling away. No matter how many stars fill the sky, the sun will never run out of light, and its rays will never stop reaching to them. That's the way it is with kissing hands. When somebody loves you, their kisses are like the sun's rays, always there and always shining. No matter how many kissing hands I give you and Ronnie, I will never, ever run out.
"But you're right about one thing," Mrs. Raccoon told Chester. Ronnie's big brother widened his eyes and looked surprised. "What's that?" he asked his mother.
You are the big brother, and that deserves something extra special.
Ooh, I wonder what the extra special thing is. Pause the video and talk to someone near you. What do you think is extra special about being an older sibling? Mrs. Raccoon put Ronnie on a swing and then took Chester's right hand in hers and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning over, she kissed him right in the middle of his palm.
That kiss is for your pocket, she told him. Take good care of it and keep it as a spare. You never know when a big brother might need a little extra care.
It is a big job to be an older sibling. So I understand needing a spare. You never know when you need one. Chester hugged his mother and romped away. "I love you too," he seemed to say. Take a look at this page. How is the illustrator showing how Chester feels right now? Pause the video and tell someone near you. And that's the end of A Pocket Full of Kisses by Audrey Penn. I hope you liked it. I really enjoyed reading it to you. And if you have any thoughts or comments about the book, please put them in the comments below. And I would love to see any writing or drawing that you have made about this book. So if this inspires you, don't hesitate to post it on Parent Square or email it to me. I would love to hear from you. Good night, everybody. Sleep well.